Welcome to Clock In with Lynn. Welcome to Clock In with Lynn, friends. Hey, y'all. I have missed you. Let's go. It is Wind Down Wednesday, baby. Child. I have a guest for you today, and we about to have a good old time on here, okay? Yes, welcome to Clock In with Lynn. Thank you, guys. Thank you all for all the support. Thank you for subscribing to my channel on YouTube. All the love, the shares, the likes, the comments. I love y'all so much. 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 But baby, do we got a show today? Okay. Yes, honey. Yes, we are talking to the single lady. She is not single. She was once single, but now she's in a relationship. So we got to talk all about that, baby, because she's in a new relationship and she's going to give us we're going to just talk about just being, girls that we are, we just moving through this thing that we call life, y'all. So I'm just so excited for y'all to meet my guest for today. Yes. She is a certified clinical massage and bodywork therapist, also a clinical aromatherapist. She's the owner and operator, honey, of Lightwork Health and Wellness, a transformational speaker and poet. Yes, a poet, y'all. A loving mother of two beautiful twin girls, a self-care advocate raising the vibrations of humanity through light work. Yes. Help me welcome my friend, Shanice Johnson, y'all. Yeah! Let's go.
Hey, Lynn. Yes, baby, you look
your hair.
Thank you.
I love your hair, queen. I love it.
Yes, you look beautiful.
Thank you so much. Let me make sure my volume. Can you hear me okay?
I can. Can you hear me?
I can.
Okay. You see me well? Make sure my lighting is good. I'm good.
Beautiful, honey. The skin is popping. I love it. I'm
fine. Had to pull it together for you. Okay.
So welcome. So let's I already did, your introduction, but I still want you to kind of introduce yourself, tell people where you're from, what you do, and we want to know a little bit about this light work, child.
Yes. So everyone, hello. My name is Shanice Johnson. I am a certified clinical massage and bodywork therapist, a certified aromatherapist, just like Lynn said. I am a certified health and wellness practitioner. I am the owner and operator of Lightwork Health and Wellness, and that is basically where we provide all holistic healthcare. And I am a newly transformational speaker, self-care advocate, woman leader, divine feminine, okay, supporter, encourager, provider, all of the things.
I love it.
Yes, ma'am.
I love it. So where do you live, Shanice? Where you located?
So I am in North Carolina, Charlotte, North Carolina at that. Okay. Yes, East Coast.
I love me some Charlotte. Yes. So
yes. So you've been out here before?
Only once, but I need to come out. I need to come out there because I was really young when I visited. Gotcha. But I hear Charlotte is popping, especially with the, us. I heard we was popping out there. So I need to make another
the LIT, emphasis on the lit. Yes. So that's where I'm located.
So you piqued my interest on the light work. How does the light work? How does that work?
So basically, I consider myself a light worker because the way I approach the body, it is
Okay.
more spiritual and energetic than anything.
Okay.
And a light worker is basically, I'm very spiritual. So in the spiritual realm, the spiritual community, it's basically someone, a soul who chose to come here to raise conscience vibrations, basically give back to the people, teach the people how to heal themselves or go within, and basically use the land honestly for healing, health and wellness. And that's what a light worker choose. And you can be a light worker whether you're using your hands. And so that's basically where I started, using my hands, and then I have evolved into using my voice.
I
We're going to
love
raise these vibrations through light work. So I basically got the vision through prayer, basically to name my business light work. It came straight from the heavens.
I love it.
Honestly. Yes, straight
Love
from
it.
the
I love it. I love it.
heavens.
So
Yes, ma'am.
let's just get into it, girl. Let's get into it because
I got my wine. I'm ready for you.
yes, I got a little bit of something in here. I
Oh,
got a little. So
okay.
this is Wind Down Wednesdays, y'all. We just, we're here. We're about to chat. We're about to chop it up. If anybody have any questions, please throw it in the comment section, and we will try to answer you guys. So yes, let's get to it. Okay.
Ma'am, let's talk.
I know you just said that you just got into a relationship. How new is the relationship? Let's talk about that. But before we dive really into that, how was it before get into the relationship? How did you deal with the single life? How was that for you?
Well, the single life, honestly, before I got into my current relationship, I was single for 8 years.
Okay.
And I chose to be single, honestly. Of course, I was young. Shortly after I had my children, me and their father, it did not work. And I had to heal from that situation. So I basically played around a little bit. I dated here and there. And then it got to the point where dating was no longer fulfilling me because I wanted to find someone that I could grow with. And I
Mhm.
knew the route that I was going would not get me there. It
Mhm.
just, I was still very much turn up.
Right.
And so after several spiritual awakenings, I had to shut myself off and I had the calling to go celibate. So I actually went celibate for 2 years. I was a year and a half, no, about a year in when me and my boyfriend started dating. And
Okay.
then of course, because at that point I knew that, okay, in order to get what you need, in order to find that forever, you're going to have to shut yourself off. You're going to
Mhm.
completely have to go within, start healing from basically all of the past situations that I was in. And so of course that journey took about 8 years, honestly, because it was about 4 doing what I wanted, still going out, still dating. And then the other 3 or 4 was just basically me choosing that this is what I wanted and having to do the inner work to get there, because I knew the type of man that I wanted, I was not going to attract that person being the woman that I was at that time. So I had to evolve and get ready for him. And celibacy was life changing for me, life changing.
I love, love, love that. 'Cause I continue to tell women that, call me, ask me for advice, email me, whatever, about that inner work is so
Ooh,
serious before
it's,
you can try. And I love how you said that because I say the same thing. With once you do that inner work, you will start attracting different type of men, and they just see the light in you and see your like just it's nothing like it.
nothing like it. But it's no shortcuts, Lynn. You have to do the work.
You have to do the work.
You have to do the work.
And I find so many women, I feel like a lot of times they want to rush because everybody like the clock is ticking, and I don't want to be alone during the holidays, and they just kind of just jump into something. But you have to do that inner work.
Yes, we do.
And I constantly stress about don't be sad when you're in your single days, because
That
in
part.
the single days a lot of development happens.
Yes.
It is just it's so good. It's
It
just good.
so good.
So tell us, like, what are some things that you do being in a relationship? How do you keep balance? How do you keep your self-care? Like, because men, I always say they're like babies. They got a lot of, you gotta like make sure they good. And that's just the nature of women. We love to nurture, we love to love on them. So how do you find balance in making sure you're still good and he is too?
I basically, honestly, I had to identify my non-negotiables. Yes, man. Oh, look, let me drink to that. Oh.
So let's drink.
I had to basically identify my needs. It didn't come overnight
Okay.
because, when we got into a relationship, like I said, I was going into it still celibate.
Okay.
He basically respected that. He had the same desires, and he joined my celibacy journey until, we chose differently. Because I knew then, okay, this is what I want for me, and this is my partner, whoever this shall be, will have to basically accept it. And before we get into that, Lynn, I actually wrote down during my celibacy journey, I actually wrote down everything I wanted in a mate in my journal, and I manifested it.
Come on.
Yes.
I asked you if you had a list. I was
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Shanice got a list. I want to you don't gotta tell us everything, but just come on, just feed the people what they need.
Girl, let me tell you.
I love this with everything I got.
Girl, I wrote my list. I will never forget. It was 2019. It was about to turn 2020 on New Year's Day.
Okay.
And at that point, I started getting lonely. And I enjoyed my single life. But after a while, when you identify what you want, I started getting very lonely. But I always was spiritually connected. So I got the message to pray for my man. I didn't know who he was at the time. So here I am, 2019, New Year's Day, because once I went celibate, I wasn't going out like that.
Okay.
And nobody knew what I was doing, but I knew. So here I am praying for my man and writing down everything that I wanted at the time. And it was 2 pages long. I'm not even I was numbering them 1, 2, 3, 4, and I prayed over it and I released it. And that was New Year's Day, 2020.
Okay.
And me and him started dating in July of 2020. So he came, what, 5, 6 months?
Yeah,
After that. But at that point in time, I'm still celibate. So I basically had to let him know this is what it is. He had those same desires. So it was easy, which I wasn't sure what it was going to look like because, we in a generation, this dating scene, these men don't want to do nothing.
They don't want to do nothing.
They don't want to work for it. They don't want to invest in it. They don't. So in my mind, I'm like, well, I don't know if whoever, going to accept it because I had went on prior dates in my celibacy journey and they wasn't with it. And I respect it.
Yeah.
But have a nice day because this is what we're doing over here.
Okay.
So he did, and and that's when I basically knew one of the things. Well, okay, this is him. He's respecting my mind, my soul, my body, my celibacy journey, which was huge because he knew it was spiritual, and the rest was history. It's been 4 years. I'm waiting. Look, he probably watching too. Okay, Lynn, where's that? We waiting.
Oh my goodness. So tell me this. I love the fact that you said that he was, y'all were aligned when it came to that. So how long before when you guys started dating, how long did he wait? How long was he willing to wait? Or did y'all just not even discuss it? It was just kind of like it just
right. We didn't even discuss it, honestly. He basically put the ball in my court.
Okay.
And he did not. Right. He basically put the ball in my court. Whenever you're ready, we didn't talk about it like that. We honestly dated for 6 months, like literally court dates, just dating, where he would court me I would go home. We would get to know each other, and at that point, through those 6 months, I just fell in love, honestly. And he was willing to put in the work. He was willing to be patient. He,
Woo!
so at that point, I decided, okay, well, sir, you
Because that's attractive because you're like, if he, because you know he's there.
know,
He's not
right,
just, the physical, he's there. Like, I love that. And I'm
right,
glad that you're just speaking on this because I feel like a lot of time we as women, I feel like we feel like we're rushed when it comes to that. Like, because that's what the man, they like, that's what they want.
yeah, you're afraid.
Yeah, and when a lot of us, we just sometimes with some, and sometimes women just be doing it just to satisfy them. They're not even ready yet at that time yet, mentally or anything. But they're like, I better do that before he go do it elsewhere or whatever. So I love the fact that it was like, this is what it is, and he was so respectful. That's beautiful. That is so beautiful. That's absolutely incredible.
Yes.
So, like, what do you feel about, because I heard you speaking on femininity, what do you feel about like gender roles? Are you traditional when it comes to that, or what's your take on that?
So honestly, I'm not traditional.
Okay.
I have some traditional values and morals for sure, but the way I was raised in a single home, and my mother was everything. She was the mom, the dad. She was the type of woman to be in the kitchen cooking and go outside and have to change a tire. So I actually developed very, very strong and independent. And look, and an alpha female, I'm not gonna lie. So when we connected, it was a lot of basically compromising on my end and understanding that I had to do, because I'm used to doing everything. At this point, I'm a single mom. My girls were 7 at that time. I'm everything. I'm the mom and dad, much like my mom. And he is alpha male, no children, come into a situation. So me, I was a little, I was operating, I'm not gonna lie, I still kind of in my masculine energy more than anything, because I didn't have a father in the home. So I did everything. I didn't know what that looked like. So now I have a man that's coming in, and me just being the natural go get up and go woman, it was hard for me to release control.
Right.
It really was.
Right.
It was definitely hard for me to release control. So the gender roles, Lynn, I don't even know. I know about it, but I don't even know what that feel like.
Wow.
I don't even know what that feel like to even have a partnership until now. But it wasn't easy to get that understanding. We definitely had challenges trying to navigate, and him being alpha, I'm alpha. And it was,
Yes.
yes, it was like, so we had to fight for it. And it took a lot of prayer, a lot of honesty with myself,
Mm-hmm.
honesty with him, and we're still navigating, you
Right.
know. So yeah, gender roles, no, I don't even know what that is. I would love to sit back and kick back. Okay. Now I am, but before then,
So
you know,
how do you work on trying to be more not that alpha? Because a lot of women, and especially a lot of Black women, they had to be that strong,
yes,
the father, the this, the that. So
yes.
how do you come into like being that feminine, like sitting back and being comfortable enough to be like, I trust him with that. It's okay. Let him do that. Because I think at a certain point we have to get to that point, because men love to feel needed. Like that's a lot. That's a thing that
No,
big thing. So
it's
how are you working on that?
honestly personal development, girl.
Mm-hmm.
Personal development. Now, in the beginning, luckily, he understood that. So he was
Mm-hmm.
patient. Um, and honestly, it was just me identifying these things because I did not know how deep it ran.
Wow.
I didn't. And here I am, when I was celibate, I'm doing the work in my mind. I'm doing the work. So I'm like, okay, I'm ready. But when you do get in a relationship, the relationship pull things out of you that's buried so deep that you're not even aware that you need to work on. So that was one of the things. And he like, wait a minute, you trying to be the man too. And guess what? I had to eat it. I had to eat it. And now I have to sit back. Well, what am I?
Mhm.
Okay. Let's unpack this. You
Right.
know? And then the more I worked on myself, the more that I'm understanding what it is to be in your feminine energy and the soft girl era.
Mhm.
Of course, you want to be strong and independent, but you also want to be in your feminine energy and just exude softness and grace. And I was tired of the cape. And he would tell me, like, okay, you can take your cape, you can take it off. And I
Mhm.
still have issues and challenges with taking it off to this day.
Mhm.
So I'm learning just like just like all of us.
Right.
I'm
Right.
learning.
So how do you, and you being a business owner and entrepreneur and doing your thing, how do you balance that? Like, because a lot of people say, oh, you can't have it all. You can't have the man, you can't have, you can't be the strong, the woman in the household and still be like this boss chick. So how do you deal with that on a regular?
Honestly, I just really, well, I would say for me, it is a challenge. That's for
Mhm.
sure. Having the kids, having the man, having the business, and then I'm constantly doing so. I'm always moving. I have my hands in this and that. Basically, I just take it all. I take it day by day. I take it day by day. And I'm getting to a place where I'm realizing that it needs more of a structured balance. Like I need to schedule more date nights, schedule time with the girls because business, business, business. And, things go lacking. So I am navigating through that. This is really my current life. It's funny that you say that because I'm actually living that now, learning balance
Mm.
and just making time for each other. The thing about him is he's very supportive. So every step, like I'm calling him, guess what happened? This happened. And and he has the front seat with me. So it
Mm.
doesn't seem as if, I'm giving more because he's in every step of the way with me.
Mhm.
But as far as the balance, I try to basically make time as much as I can. Um, and he comes to my business, gets his massages. That's our right, our little intimate time, girl. He loves his massages now.
I love
So
that.
I try to prioritize that. My girls are 11 and they actually went on my website last night and booked for their massage on Sunday.
I love that. That's beautiful.
Right. So, I try to basically do what I can. It's a challenge, but I'm
Mhm.
making it work.
Right. And even do you struggle to like with because everybody's talking about this whole like 50-50 thing. What do you feel about like do you think it's 50-50 when it comes to relationships or is it 80-20? Like what do you feel about that?
Me personally, I feel it's whatever the two people feel is best for them. I don't feel like it should be a set standard where the man have to, 80-20, 50-50. I feel whatever you feel, whatever feasible and will benefit you as a unit, then y'all do that until things can improve or whatever their circumstances are. I just feel like it's for us, we basically, so right now we're not living together. He has his place and I have mine.
Mm.
All right, still. And we do have plans to live and we're just trying to find a place, all of the logistics in the background. But um
I
we
love
have
it.
talked about when we do make that next step, what that's going to look like. And I feel like for men, the worry and the concern would be, well, I need to make enough money to be able to provide this because society teaches us that they
Mm.
have to pay all the bills. I personally don't agree with that. I feel like if I can help you, this is what I work for. I want to help relieve the load from you too. I don't want you breaking your back and then now you too tired to come home and we can't do what we need to do, go to date night or do this because you're tired or you're irritable or you stressed because the load is on you. This is what I'm here for. So let's find a way to make it work for us for whatever our circumstances are for now until we progress, and then it can change. As we change, just the circumstances will change, our process will change. So I just feel like to each unit, come up with a process that worked for you. And it don't have to look like society. If you don't want your man to pay the bills, girl, it's okay to help. And you ain't got to be ashamed of that. But if you want your man to pay the bill, that's fine too. If he's willing, I just feel like it's unfair to expect something out of one person and the other person have to basically bear the burden and then the other person just support them bearing the burden. Something is going to be unbalanced. It's like that. So let's work I basically want to work together. Let's be a team with this thing. We can work it out. That's what I'm here for. I got two hands. I got a mind. I'm gonna work. Let's come up with something because we can go much further together than we can with you doing all of that, by yourself. And that can come to Lynn from just me being super independent. I don't know no other way.
Right.
I don't know no other way. So
that's. And yeah, I think that's what happens a lot with a lot of us. Society tells us certain things, like we're supposed to have a kid by a certain time, you're supposed to be married by a certain time. So I heard you speaking earlier. Do you feel like marriage is the ultimate goal? Could you, if he decided like, oh, let's just be in a committed relationship forever and we trust each other, we know it's monogamous, no, none of that going, could you do that? Or is marriage like the ultimate goal? Speak a little bit about that, about what marriage is to you.
I feel marriage is definitely the ultimate goal for me. One point it wasn't.
Okay.
And I was not the little girl dreaming of white dresses, and I didn't want to get married, honestly. When I was in my 20s, I did not want to get married, which was crazy. But as I grew, and got older, I definitely want that. That is the goal. And at first, coming into the relationship, I already had a timeline, man. I was like, okay, 2 years, you should already know by then. Like, let's, And what stopped me from having that expectation is the work that I seen within myself as well as in him. And I basically had to have an honest conversation with myself and God and basically decide, okay, I'm willing to wait to work on these things. I want to go into it very intentionally. Everything that I have done leading up to manifesting this man and actually being in this relationship was intentional. So when I realized that, okay, Shanice, you did a lot of work, but you still have work to, you still have work to do. Then I kind of backed up off the marriage. And that is the ultimate goal, but I want it to happen organically. And I want to have more of a clear direction with him and a clear understanding, in that way before I'm just pressuring this man, which, we both agree that that's the goal. We're here for the long haul. But as far as trying to rush to get there, we just, enjoying each other and building and growing together and loving one another and letting it manifest organically, much like our relationship did.
I love that. And I love that the steps that you guys are taking. It's just so mature. And it's just so, I love that. And I hope a lot of women are just listening to this because it's a beautiful thing, because you can just see that how you guys are navigating the whole relationship is that you guys are taking y'all time, is you're not just jumping into something, and it's just so beautiful. So what advice would you give to these young women that are just like they're thinking like, oh, their time, like I have to be in this relationship, like what advice can you give them so they can kind of get to that point where it's nothing is just standard. Right. And so I just want to hear your take of what advice you would give these women, because there are so many women that feel like I got to be married and I got to be like, it's just a time thing.
It's a time thing. Yes. And it's pressure.
It's
It's
pressure
pressure, it's
from your
stressful.
family, society, everything. So
Yeah,
what advice would you give them?
I would say love yourself.
Mm,
Try to pour into yourself first. Honestly, take your time with understanding you. And I know it's pressure, it's tough. We want to be loved. This is what we came here to do. I get it. And as a woman, especially when you get to a particular age, you want that. You see your friends dating, getting married, and you're like, because I was there in that room writing my man down. I'm like, I'm lonely.
mhm,
So I get it, but
mhm,
you have to know yourself in order to manifest that type of person. Because if you don't pour into yourself, love yourself, do the work, understand what your non-negotiables are, your standards, your expectations, not even just with that person, but within yourself, then you are going to attract what you are, not what you think you deserve.
mhm,
You are going to attract what you are. These relationships that we get into are mirrors. They are mirroring who we are. And
mhm,
it's for the benefit to improve. If I hadn't gotten to this relationship, I'm thinking I'm just good as gold. I did the work. And did not realize in this relationship, things were pulled out of me that I was not aware of.
mhm,
That's the point. In anything, friendships, relationships, it doesn't matter. Relationships just are what they are, ships. They are meant to take us places.
mhm. Come, Sean.
Okay, come on, word. Let me see. Did y'all hear? Now, let me repeat that.
I love that.
Let's repeat that for the people, okay?
Repeat that for the people.
For the people. Relationships are there. That's why it's relationships. They are meant to take us places. So, whatever that place shall be for you, I will hope it's growth. But I just really, honestly, really, really basically preach for women to enjoy their single life, enjoy you, love on you, get to know you, get to
Mm,
know who you are, what you want, what you need. So when that man come, number one, you won't scare him off with the baggage because we all have them. Let's just be honest. And you can accept the love because a lot of times women haven't done the proper healing to where when that man come, they can't even receive him. They be ready to run, girl. And so just get to know who you are, period, before anything. Because when the relationships start, the test don't end. That's when it get real challenging.
mhm,
And you got to be strong enough and ready enough to fight for it. It's a blessing, don't get me wrong, but it's like anything is work.
mhm.
And so pour into you before anything. Know you. Know what you deserve.
I
Don't
love it. I love
overlook
it. I love it.
advice.
I'm gonna look at the comments just to see we not missing nobody. Cause baby, this is woo, the ship, baby. Woo!
Okay. Because we going places, relationship,
That blue, that is, baby. Let me
you
just
know.
this child. Let's see.
Okay.
Yeah, they loving your comment about the ship. Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Love that. See. Yeah. Yeah, but Melissa, let me push you way up. Relationships are ships they are meant to take you
Oh,
places. Quote me.
hi, Melissa.
So yep. And hi friend. Hey everybody. So yes, girl, they loving this. They loving it. So yes, so girl.
Okay.
Mm, mm, mm.
One time for one time.
And let me just because I just want to ask you this too. How does he feel about you working and stuff? Does he get like does he ever be like, okay, your job, you putting too much work into the job, or is he okay with it? Because a lot of men they say they want a woman that's independent, they want this and they want that. But a lot of times they do feel like it's a competition sometime when you're working too much or you got so much going on. They feel like they may be a little bit neglected. So how is that with you? Hey,
Now,
Veronica.
I can definitely see that. So on our end, he matches my energy when it comes to work. Thank
Oh,
God.
okay.
He matches my energy now. It has been certain times when, excuse me, he basically was like, okay, I'm over here. and then I had to recalibrate and prioritize that. But at this stage of where I am, he's like my best friend. So I talk to him about everything. So he knows. And I'm a very spiritual, deep person, Lynn. So I'm on the phone just crying my heart out, telling them the visions I have and how happy I am. So in his mind, he can't help but just accept it, like this is what makes her happy. But he's a very, very, very big supporter of my business. And it's so funny because when we started dating, I had just graduated massage school, so I had not started my business. This has developed during the course of the relationship. This was something that I dreamed. I was still working in the medical field, and I basically just graduated, and I was trying to get licensed and all the good things. So he knew from the beginning, from the conception of me getting that vision to name my business this and build from here. So he have always supported it from the beginning. And he just, pushes me to pursue all of the things. Now, don't get me wrong. He definitely lets it be known when he wants his time. But he loves my drive, and honestly, it's actually feeding off in his direction. Like he gets and which is he's a boss in his own right too. So I can't take that from him. But he have told me, like, you're inspiring me to do some of the things that I want to do that just never did. And I'm like, really? And here I am. Tell me more. Like how? Like feed my ego today,
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. Love that. I don't. What's your sign? You may not be into sign. What's your sign, Shanice?
Oh, I'm definitely am Aquarius.
I'm a Leo. You're Aquarius. What's his sign?
Sagittarius.
Okay, got it.
Yes, he's
definitely Aquarius. I see that. I love. Oh my God.
Yes, water sign. No, excuse me, air sign, not a water sign, air sign. Yeah, water barrier. That's what I meant. Water barrier.
Girl, it has been amazing talking to you. Is there anything else you want to tell the people, or anything you want to talk about? Oh, do you have any poetry you want to give us? Or
why did I know you was gonna do that?
You don't have to, but I would. I mean, it's up to you, child. If you want to give us a little poetry, we're here for it. I just love your energy. I think you are just beautiful inside, outside. You're your spirit, girl. I'm feeling you through just this computer, child.
Oh.
I love it. You are amazing. You are amazing.
Oh, look, not the hearts. I love it. Did you see? Okay, hearts. But yeah, thank you, Lynn. I appreciate it. And I'm loving what you're doing, girl. Look, we basically, I remember, I don't know if you remember, but do you remember the breakout room?
Yeah.
Okay, so I see you. I see you. And I'm so proud of what you're doing, what you're building.
Thank you.
Like, girl, keep going, keep doing it. I receive it all. And I'm just so happy for you. I really am.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
I am. Yes, but I have a little bit of poetry written down somewhere though. It's written down.
If it's up to you, you can tell the people where to find you. So
yes, let me
up your handles, let the people know so they can follow you and do what they need to do, babe, because you are
hey world.
I love it.
You can find me on Instagram at Lightwork Health and Wellness, Facebook at Shanice Johnson, and also Facebook Lightwork Health and Wellness is actually at the bottom. And I am building a business, a brand at this moment. Okay. So if you are in the local area, Charlotte, South Carolina, Virginia, somewhere you can drive or fly, and you are ever in town, definitely check out my business. I provide a host of holistic services. Also, I am entering the realm of transformational speaker, where I definitely will pour life into you. And I am an advocate for personal development and growth. So not only will you get physical healing in my practice, but you will also get a little bit of spiritual healing. You will also get a little bit of mental and emotional healing in combination with me using my hands, also using my voice and my intuitive gifts to give you exactly what you need. Okay? Yes. Yes.
Yeah, I love it. Thank you so much for being here.
Welcome,
I
baby.
enjoyed this, baby. Well, you have to come back. You got
Yes. Listen, we got to chat because this has been wonderful.
no, but I'm like, I can't. But thank you so much. I wish you all the best and
Thank you,
keep
baby.
you. Oh,
Thank
beautiful,
you.
beautiful spirit.
Thank
Love
you.
you, girl. Well, have a great evening.
You too, love, and thank you for having me on.
Absolutely.
I may not be at speaking right, but I think I'm going to be virtual.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so hopefully, I will be able to see you in the flesh one day. I'm claiming it, but thank you for having me on.
You didn't have to come to Charlotte because I, like I said, I've been wanting to come to Charlotte since because I went when I was younger, so I do want to experience it as an adult and grown.
Okay, and look, I can see you around, honey. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, have a good night, beautiful.
You too, baby. Thank you for having me. Bye, y'all.
Y'all, woo, woo, baby, Shanice, child, that was good. That was good. Thanks everyone who tunes in. Thank you. Share it, like it. If because there could be some people on here, they need to hear that. They need to hear that. Thank you all. Thanks for clocking in with Lynn. And I love y'all. I see y'all comments. Hey y'all. Hey friends. Hey friend. Bye y'all. Love you, love you, love you. Have an amazing evening. Bye.